Misinformed. From the Examiner.com. Democrats fighting hard for illegal alien vote. In December 2011, Eric Holder announced that the Department of Justice will begin investigating Texas and South Carolina over their recently enacted laws requiring voters to present a photo ID before casting their ballots. The laws were designed to reduce voter fraud, a problem in every election. I read that to you again. In December 2011, Eric Holder, Attorney General, announced the Department of Justice will begin investigating Texas and South Carolina over their recently enacted laws requiring voters to present a photo ID. During a speech at the LBJ Presidential Library, Holder said in jurisdictions across the country, both overt and subtle forms of discrimination remain all too common. The old photo ID business. Can you think of anything you do in your life where you do not need a photo ID? You need a photo ID, cash check. You need a photo ID to get on an airplane. You need a photo ID for the most mundane things in life. You need a photo ID. But yet, Eric Holder and his gang tell us that to require a photo ID when one votes is intimidation. And it is discrimination. And it will cause people to hole up in their homes and not vote when people say, but no. We'll be glad to provide them a photo ID free if they just come down to City Hall. That's a trick also to get people out of their homes. It's the state using its awesome fist to discriminate and intimidate people who don't have photo ID. Okay, all well and done. Let's take it at face value. The Democrat Party standing tall, standing strong for people who want to be able to vote, but who can't prove who they are. Now, by the same token, do these people who do not have photo IDs, are they thus able not also to get on an airplane? Are they not able to get a credit card? Are they not able to cash check? I mean, look at all the things you can't do if you don't have a photo ID. Look at all of the areas in our society, in our economy, where you are shut out if you don't have a photo ID. Just think about it. The Democrat Party, which claims to stand for the little guy, wants to maintain that status for certain of its constituents. No photo ID. Because it's just too scary and intimidating to have one of those to vote. But at the same time, those people are shut out of the U.S. economy. And you would think the Democrat Party would care about that. I mean, here are people, they're voters, can't get on an airplane, can't cash a check, can't whatever you need a photo ID for. They can't do it. Married, whatever, can't get whatever. And the Democrat Party seems content for them to be shut out of such a large part of the U.S. economy. Now, why don't we ever hear anything about that? Why don't we ever hear that the Democrat Party doesn't care a whit about their voters being shut out and excluded from so much of the economy because they don't have an ID, photo ID? All the Democrats care is that they don't have a photo ID so that they can vote. Ask yourself this. What is discriminatory about producing a photo ID to vote and not discriminatory, produce a photo ID to get on an airplane or to get married? Why is one discriminatory and the other is not? Well, we all know the answer to this. The answer is vote fraud. The answer is the Democrats want to cheat. And a photo ID goes a long way towards stopping voter fraud. people can vote numerous times pretending to be different people. But you can't pretend to be somebody else if you have to produce a photo ID. And like this story says, illegal aliens, by definition, will not have a photo ID. The Democrat Party wants them to vote. It's voter fraud. But maybe the way to go about this is to point out all of the other aspects of the economy these Democrat voters are shut out of or from. Cannot participate in the economy. And the Democrat Party seems to be totally fine with that. It's just more evidence that the Democrat Party really doesn't care about the little guy. The Democrat Party uses the little guy. The Democrat Party's policies end up harming the little guy. And this is a classic example. If you are a Democrat voter and you are a minority, the Democrats do not want you having a photo ID. They certainly don't want you having to show it at a polling place. Now, there's not a person on earth with common sense who understands the charge that a photo ID is discriminatory. There's not a single person with a shred of common sense who understands that argument. You can have the Civil Rights Coalition leaders all stand up with their megaphones and start shouting, threatening, caterwauling, complaining about having a photo ID is discriminatory, will take us back to Jim Crow Day. How does that possibly compute? What is this? What are they afraid of? Are there people who are already living lives that are a lie? Are they afraid that so many of their voters are going to be found to be not who they are? Are they going to find that Jack Smith is actually Jack somebody else? But the idea that having to have a photo ID is discriminatory and intimidating should mean that it's discriminatory and intimidating everywhere you have to display one. They never say that, only when you vote. There's not a person in this country with a shred of common sense who doesn't understand what this is all about. Plain and simple. This is about making sure that the Democrats can continue to cheat and have people vote more than one time. That's what they're trying to protect. They're also trying to ensure that it is never established that that, in fact, is happening. And the requirement of photo IDs would lead to all kinds of discoveries like that.